blue, yellow. Divine satisfaction. Anyway, I was about to say more about it, but I've said all I need to do about that last boss. Kukushu, all right? Thanks for clearing the way, Kukushu. That being, I presume, is the 12? Yes. You have done well, children of man. As promised, we shall reveal the truth in its entirety. What a promise. Our desire is simply thus, 42. To give ourselves unto the star as a blessing. Yeah. This is your way of expending your energy. In the 12 millennia we have existed, we have come to harbor tremendous power through prayers. Through battle, our essence shall unravel and return to the star where it might give rise to new life, such as our final gift to you. You mean you'll disappear? Sort of. Their energy's still going to be with us, but yeah, basically. Yes, the fragments of our former souls, which serve as the core of our existence, shall rejoin the life stream. Yet though we may fade from sight, our individuality lost, you know what? Even if I still enjoy them as individuals more, but I appreciate the poetry of their goal being to lose their individuality, as this being like as eulogia being a transitional step towards that. Our individuality lost, our stabilizing influence shall endure. The only thing to change is where your prayers find their way. Henceforth it shall be this, the instrument of blessing, that receives of mortal hopes, hopes that shall be given back to the star. So are they're giving us like an actual artifact to deliver our prayers to? But your presence brings comfort to mankind. Everyone would wish for you to remain. Must you truly fade away? Good question, Raha. Such gladdening things you say, child. We must confess what we do, we also do for ourselves. When mankind overcame the final days, it so moved us that even we, who are but constructs, knew the greatest joy. You have shown your unfaltering love for the world. In return, we would show our undying love for you. Worry not. Myths are wont to be woven and passed down. Myths of the realm. So long as men hold the 12 in fondness, we shall live on in your faith in us. When you say such things... Oh, Snowgime. Give you a big ol' hug. The moment of parting has come. By our blessing, may you march towards a brighter future. Gosh. I'm thinking, does this tie with Eden for me, or does it surpass it? I don't know, but they're really close. Eden's ending, I liked the conclusion to Eden more. But I think they're just different. I think they're on the same level for me, but just different. The music of this I like better. Not much, but better. It's incredibly good. When you are ready, brothers and sisters. This is their death. They all feel ready for it. May the font of your ingenuity ever flow. Farewell, Cavs McGee. Yours is the strength to destroy all obstacles. Abide in virtue and hold fast to the truth. Thank you, Azema. Nodthal, there is meaning in your deeds. Celebrate life and embrace death. Endwalker has such a strong theme throughout, even through the Alliance raids. May you flourish and reap a bountiful harvest. Althic, in your limited time you have boundless compassion. Interesting to come from the scholar. Carry yourself with honor and forge on towards victory. Thank you, Halone. Harbor love in your heart for yourself, for others, and for the world. Oh, that was Thaleia as the sage. From past to future, the river of knowledge flows. Be part of its nourishing waters. My bad, I mixed them up. May a wonderful new world greet you beyond destiny's horizon. May you maintain your fashion, even in the life stream. Limlane, be calm as the ocean, and you shall weather any storm. You really about calmness? Calm? What about you? Oschon, as the wind blows unfettered, may you be free to follow your heart. Is the Oppo Oppo going to pull him back into humanity? Is he going to, like, remain as a human? Halone's voice. You needn't agonize so, Oschon. He's the most human of them all, really, and so, like, I understand his struggle here. Nafika's voice. Remain with them if that be your desire. Really? But this is what we've dreamed of, to return to the star together. His time can come. Like, there's no rush. I had never imagined I would grow so fond of them. That parting would be so hard. Long have we abided in patience to rejoin the life stream. Althek's voice. For the drop in the river of time that is man's fleeting life. Naimea's voice. Why not share your fate with them? He might just become mortal. He might just straight up become mortal. Limlane's voice. Follow your heart as you ever have. And when the time comes, we shall meet again. Like he might just forsake his divinity. Like I thought he had done earlier. What are you doing? What choice are you making? I'll bet that's what he did. I hope that's what he did. He will not be maidenless. I've decided to continue journeying a while longer. The Oppo Oppo gets his buddy back. That's the real important thing. He may not be maidenless like ever. If Snowgime has anything to say about it. Or Kakushu for that matter. Quest accomplished. Enter Thaleia. We've done that. Oh my gosh. That I'm still here. I could scarce believe it myself. It cannot have been easy for Deryk to break with his decision. I should like to hear what went on in his mind. Let's hear it. Well, let's hear from Baby Oppo Oppo. Well said. Ook 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 indeed. He's back. He's really back. Kryl. Words can't well express my surprise when I opened my eyes to see Deryk standing there. Deryk is still such a plain name. I know that's kind of the point of it. But it's weird to be like, the ancient wandering god, Chad, is still with us. I'm naturally curious as to what happened, but above all, I rejoice for a dear friend returned. Ook, 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 ook. 12-volt blessing frame. Oh, this is one of the adventure plate thing. One among wonders orchestration role. Deryk is the very picture of peace. And the musical theme in Thaleia was good. It wasn't as good as the... I think very few things will ever beat Aglaya, or whatever the second Alliance raid was here. The musical theme there from Menfina's... from the jig of Menfina to the... Or not Menfina, I don't remember. From the jig of the harvest god at first to the lover theme, the song in the end. Very few things will beat that raid for Alliance raid for me. What to say in such a moment? Musically, I mean, just musically. Just to speak from the heart, I suppose. I'm glad to be back. Glad to have you. Especially Snowgime. And Opo Opo. Everyone's here is happy to have you. And we're glad to have you back. Glad hardly suffices to describe it. We're over the moon that you're still here, Deryk. Or should we call you Oschon? I think he'd prefer Deryk at this point. I no longer have Oschon's power. He's mortal. Deryk will do. I was remade from the portion of my essence that wasn't returned to the star, and will live out my days as a man. Yep. I hope you have a good time. The very last I couldn't bear it, couldn't bear to say farewell. Your earnest friendship had weighed down my steps. Sorry about that. And the little fellow's fervent call halted them. As I'm here looking at my own little fellow, my cat pigeon, resting on the radiator, exposing his belly, stretching out his little cat legs. You know what? I was overwhelmed by the keenest longing to remain among you and see more of the world I love. Upon seeing me torn, my brethren bade me follow my heart. I needed no further urging. The 12 are good, but they are good to you. They are just good. The 12 are just good. Different flavors of good, but good. We created the instrument of blessing in the faith that one day the star would no longer need our guiding hand. So this is still good. So if people pray to Thaleia, it's still going to receive them. It's just Thaleia himself won't. It'll be this thing. I think, is that it? I might be misunderstanding that. All right, back to Omphalos. Get you a partner that looks at you the way Snowgime looks at Deryk. Yeah, back to Charlian. So, okay, yet if the entire truth were to be revealed, it would shake the very foundation of the worship of the 12. Aye, in penning our report, we would do well to consult the forum on what details are safe to disclose. Yeah, they're like the friggin' NSA with security there. Much pertaining to the field of mythology will need to be obfuscated, I fear. That's too bad. There's really no way to share the truth? Worry not on my account. Inspired by our findings, I have a mind to examine the 12 in the context of reception theory. What? The people's perception of deities are wont to be word of the day, are wont to be informed by their culture. By comparing the differences across eras and regions, I believe we may uncover heretofore unseen aspects of the 12. Yeah. Historically, that's fascinating. Reception theory, you say? Most intriguing. I should like to see the fruits of your research when I visit Charlian. When you do, have care not to reveal who you used to be. Our scholars would be all over you like starved beasts. Yeah. Yeah, do not do that. I see. Perhaps I shall wait a while before I come calling. Just say, don't, just Don't be, like, super obvious about who you are. I really like his flower belt, too. Before I came to you, I simply roamed the world. I had no objective, nothing I wished to find. With this second chance I have, I mean to undertake my travels with a renewed perspective. But ere I set out, you gonna turn this on? What? What are you doing? I would move my brethren's hopes elsewhere to a place in men's midst. Made for the sanctum of the 12 in the East Shroud. Is that the wedding chapel? I've never been to a wedding in game, but I think I remember hearing that that's the chapel. We fought all of them. Snowgime. No matter how many times I visit the sanctum, its majesty never fails to move me. That is pretty cool. I don't think I've really looked at this building before. And the rich history. Originally built during the dawn of the 5th Astral Era, it was reclaimed by the Wood before being restored in the wake of the Calamity. The 12 were really around just through each Umbral and Astral era, weren't they? Truly, it stands as a testament to the influence that magical realm civilizations and city-states have had upon Eorzean culture. This sanctum harbors the hopes of men, and now those of my brethren shall join them. If you're not averse, I would speak a little of my brethren, that is, those individuals whose essence lent them form. As it pertains to another age, some concepts may be foreign to you, but would you be interested in nonetheless? Yes. Yes, I would. And Snowgime's head's going to explode at that offer. Excellent. I like the little, like, you see the different particles around all of them, the water, the earth particles, all of them. Byragot was a man with a gift for creating inanimate objects, such as buildings and furnishings. With his abilities, he served a supervisory role at the Bureau of the Architect, where he was nothing short of a pillar. His chief was carefree to a fault, you see, and he took it upon himself to ensure the work was done. Ralgar was a brawny man whom Vana encountered on her travels. If we go to Elpis, would we be able to find these people? I wonder. Probably not. Because Elpis is just a small part of the Unsundered world. They quickly struck up a friendship, and he joined her on a quest to destroy an enormous meteor that was hurtling towards the star. It's fair to say this event gave rise to the legend surrounding the destroyer. This is fascinating. This is incredible. Azema was a woman who served as a judicial officer in the Bureau of the Administrator, an experience which served her well as the warden. She was an ardent proponent of the seat of Azem, and dreamed of training under Vana and her successor. Nalthal was a close personal friend of mine. A merchant by trade, he was outwardly gregarious, but also possessed a reserved side, and knew quiet joy in his passion for ore. I guess because of the gold. I mean, he's the god of, like, riches, right? One of them. Or that's one of the things he's a god of. When men began treating him as a dual-aspected god, it reminded me of the person he used to be, and I couldn't help but be struck with the pang of nostalgia. Nofika was a landscape architect of great repute who grew plants gathered from the star over. Despite being skilled in magic, she preferred to nurture plants as nature intended, and her garden ever bloomed with beautiful flowers. All who visited were said to leave with their souls salved. Althik was a researcher who observed— look at the cute little Opo, was a researcher who observed newly made creations in Elpis. I'll bet him I met. Like in some form. He possessed mastery over time magics. Was he one of the people who created that clock that was such a part of the MSQ? I don't remember the name of the clock, of course. Although it was at his sister's urging that he first joined our faction, he soon became a stalwart believer in the cause and always took initiative in the discussion. Halone was a formidable warrior tasked with hunting creations that were deemed detrimental to the star. For her prowess, she has been regarded as a leading candidate, as a leading candidate for the seat of Pashtaro, preserver of discipline and order. Menfina was the youngest among us, a student affiliated with the Words of La Habrea at the Academia Anider. Even within that prestigious institution, she was considered a prodigy, and hers were the hands that created the magic to isolate and seal Zodiark. Menfina, you boss. Thaleia was the headmaster of the Academia Anider, a man of learning and leadership both. He presided over the institution's myriad faculties. No known phenomenon existed in which he wasn't versed. Words do not do justice to express the remarkable scholar that he was. Naimea was an observer in Elpis, like her older brother Althik. She possessed a caring and inquisitive nature, and was liked and trusted by her peers. 'Tis said that she began the custom of offering flowers to the departed. Okay. They were just people. Just friggin' people. Limlane was a researcher at Metabasios Thalassae, a facility for the observation and evaluation of sea life. So passionate was she about her work, she once threw a knife at someone who inadvertently came too close to her observation subject. She seems pretty great. Snowgram loves that. Oschon was a traveler whom Vana encountered in the wilderness. They shared a campfire and discussed at length what it meant to be free. Of course, Vana would love Oschon. Leaving my hopes as the wanderer in this place, I shall set forth anew, as simply a man named Deryk. And last but not least, the Watcher. He was the chief archivist at Anamnesis Anider and respected Vana deeply as an individual, even as he cared for her as a dear friend. Indeed, among our number, none was more devoted to Vana, and that devotion made him best suited to his duty and the solitude that accompanies it. Look at that Opo just so attentive. That is all. 'Tis a lot to remember, but I should be glad if they remain with you in some way. Kryal, we're grateful that you should share with us these new aspects of Hydaelyn and the 12. Thank you. Well, 'tis past time we headed back to Sharlayan. Wouldn't do to keep Ojika waiting. Is it Ojika Tsunjika? That's him? Glasses guy? I assume you'll be traveling via Limsa Laminsa. Okay, we'll see you off from there. Till now I have wandered alone, but as I recently learned, a journey is better shared. What a beauty of an ending this is. And the light fades for a little bit. Deryk, our friends are presently booking their passage. You're going to stay behind here, you will, right? I mean, for a little bit. You're not coming to Charlian. That's where you were. There's room aboard the next ship, so we'll be setting sail shortly. Oh, Deryk, no sooner do we arrive in a crowded place than you up and disappear. Ah, 'tis a force of habit, in order to avoid people. But I needn't do so anymore, do I? On the contrary, I should embrace the chance to connect with other souls. I think it's worth it. It's tough, but it's worth it. As your comrades would completely agree. And remember, you're always welcome at the Baldesian Annex, so please be sure to pay us a visit. We'll do, yeah, he'll be there. And thank you as well, Kakushu. Had you not been with us, we would have struggled to grant the 12 their wish. I don't know that I helped that much, but my 23 friends did. Well, we had best find our vessel. While the report remains to be compiled, I believe we can officially declare our investigation complete. Till next we meet, my friends. This is a very smile-inducing quest and raid. Do you still have time, Kakushu? I guess, for what? Yeah, that's the look. Ere I embark on my journey, there's a place I would like to visit. Might I ask you to accompany me? Yeah. Thank you. Come, we shall head outside via the Tempest Gate. Where are you going? Gonna kill some level 1s? Here the wind whips in from the sea like a storm, but I've always found the sensation quite invigorating. Lest you wonder, I intend to strike west and thence make my way through Upper and Outer Lenosi. And I agree, there's something about extreme weathers that is refreshing. Like, right now it's about, like, 10 degrees Fahrenheit where I am. And there's something alien and wonderful about it. Make my way through Upper and Outer Lenosia. And in order to mark my new beginnings as a man, en route I wish to see Oschon's embrace with you. Was that a... Accompany me across the bridge. I don't remember that. I guess that's a zone? Or a section of the zone? Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I didn't put that connection together at all in Oschon's embrace. Such a great wave that was ripped from the god's grip. Such a great wave that ripped the god's grip from the mainland. In the wake of the calamity, my brethren and I were all occupied with our respective duties. This is my very first time seeing the bridge. Yeah, let's go. Follow Deryk's lead and try not to fall behind. It is already quite impressive to behold. Ook, says baby Oppo. It is. What is that? So it's temporarily constructed with wood. Such an invigorating breeze. Yeah, this is... Oh, Aetheris. Your beauty truly knows no bounds. This is just like a bridge in the starting zone. He's going to have a great time. Forgive me, I was lost in thought. And I know that's not what it is to him, but just... I like that this is taking place in not like in the Sea of Clouds or somewhere super dramatic on its own. This is relatively low-key. I look forward to the bridge's completion. I think it fits really well. It is a fine bridge, boasting splendid views and brimming with life. the very image of man's determination to overcome adversity. I'm honored that it should be named Oschon. Well, this is as far as I asked you to come. But if you're willing, might we converse a little more? It occurs to me, there's a lot of wrap-up to this. I like it. I hadn't asked you about your opinion of the 12. How you personally perceive us, for instance, or what you felt when you faced us. Your words from the heart I would take with me as a memento. I'll try. Is that so? The others will be glad to hear that. Thank you for humoring me, Mikokushu, and apologies for keeping you so long. Now the sun's rising. Look at that. We'll meet again. I'm ready to set forth now, to witness a world filled with our blessing. It's like watching a sprout. I'm excited for him. For everything he'll get to see. I mean, he's not going to go through like the MSQ, but just for the places he'll get to see and experience. I'm excited for him. He even has the little sprout icon. Is that intentional? Actually, he does have the sprout icon. That's got to be intentional, right? To begin with, I shall tour Lanasha and Lanasha and visit those locales which are named after the 12. After which I shall go wherever the wind blows. And together with this fellow, of course, until such time as he tires of my company. He will not tire of you. I mean, he's going to grow up at a certain point. Maybe he'll want to find other Opo-Opos, but this time I shall embrace the joy of meeting and accept the sorrow of parting. And when the time comes for me to return to the star, I shall share my experiences with my brethren. Needless to say, your words will feature prominently in my recounting. I mean, you're not going to get to individually connect with them anymore, but they're spirits, I guess. Excuse me. Are we getting fiend? Are we going to get a fiend? Look at that happy little Opo-Opo. You will continue your own journeys, will you not? I will. Specifically with the MSQ in the next video. And then probably the variant dungeons. The new one that came out. And maybe Hildebrand. There's a lot of stuff. Gosh, I'm happy to be back in 14. Then I shall look for you out there. Fare you well, my friend, and may the 12 bless and keep you. But there's no rush. I mean, we got a while before Dawn Trail. I haven't seen any of the trailers for Dawn Trail either, so that's something I want to check out at some point once the full one comes out. But I'm in no rush. We have time. We're fine. Myths of the Realm. This was beautiful. This was fantastic. This was so good. This is exactly what I was hoping for from it. I'm glad it didn't take a dark turn. I'm glad that Oschon wasn't trying to bring about the apocalypse secretly. They stuck the landing on this, and they usually do, but they really do. The paintings of certain deities among the 12 are now available for purchase from Duramare in the pillars. Those are the remaining deities or works in progress. Okay. Well, that's where I'm going to leave it off from here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more like this. And I'll see you next time as we do the 0.5, I think it's 6.5 MSQ. Bye-bye.